AI meme coins are literally on fire. The best one so far reached 480 million market cap in literally just over 1 week. And this was a fair launch on Pump.Fun. Potentially could be the first ever Pump.Fun token to reach 1 billion US dollars in market cap. You're literally getting AI millionaires now, not even humans. But the thing is, this fire is not going to be around forever. The clock's ticking. The window for kind of easy mode is about to start, in my opinion, but I don't think it's going to be around very long. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you everything you need to know when it comes to AI crypto meme coins. I'm going to go through several of them with you right now. Some you may not have even heard of, but they're really important to have on your watch list. So let's get straight into it. This is the first one. So this is GOAT. The Twitter account is called Terminal of Truths. Now it's a pretty funny Twitter account, but basically it's fully AI. I shared this first about 4 or 5 days ago on my Twitter account. So make sure you're following there as well, because it's a crazy new niche we've gotten ourselves into here when it comes to meme coin trading. I'm not going to bore you with each Twitter account because it's for you to go and research yourself. Some of them are fascinating. Some of them are just weird, to be honest with you. But with this particular one, I've been doing a lot of analysis because with Mudang, this actually hit the same top around the 340 million mark and then pulled back. And, you know, there's an argument that that might be the top, but it's looking so strong and is moving so fast that it hit nearly a psychological round level of 500 million. Now, those of you who've been watching me for a while, why do you think there's been a sell-off from that point and we're now back at 380 million? Well, you will know already that very likely that's a massive amount of profit taken. So everybody, well, I think there's a lot more selling liquidity here at 500 because a lot of people have their profit targets here. But some people were smarter and they set their profit targets a little bit lighter. And we were always going to get a significant pullback there. Now, we might get a spike up to 500, but either way, I think from where we are now or from nearer to 500, we're going to get a significant sell-off. That's just normal. That's just how meme coins work and move. Even some of these sharp sell-offs here, if you check the percentages, you'll see that these are still 40% sell-offs. And there's a point in that. The point in that, before I show you some of the other charts, is, as I've shown you in my previous, especially recent videos, when we're pumping impulsively, don't follow the impulsive move. Wait for that sharp pullback, that three-wave pullback. We always get it in meme coins. There's just too many people who are scared about their bags. Completely understandable. I advise a lot of you, actually, to sell if things are not working out and be aggressive with it. So that's why you do get these sharp sell-offs. Well, everybody thinks it's all over. And then the important part is this dip buying. We reach very, very important levels. And remember, before I discuss the other coins as well, this is AI, which has been one of the strongest narratives in this cycle so far. And the other strongest narrative is memes. So what have we done here? We've literally just combined them. Nothing more interesting than that. We've combined them together and it's running very, very strong. And it's intriguing people. And I think probably people are getting, well, I'm definitely getting sick of cat and dog coins. Don't know about you. So it is something a little bit different and interesting. So GOAT's one definitely to add to your watch list. I personally keep all my watch lists on Deck Screener because it's just much, much easier to organize. I don't think the other softwares and bots have a really good interface at the moment and UI when it comes to organizing this. Okay, so some to advise adding to your watch list. A lot of these are actually ones that was mentioned in that Truth Terminal Twitter, and that's why they became popular, or some narrative associated with that. But this one's called Sydney, and this is marketed as Truth Terminal's girlfriend. And this one has been running really, really well. And again, it just launched 2 days ago and already touched 20 million, getting a normal, healthy pullback. And I could argue that this has potential to run again. We never know for 100% sure. We just, the way I trade these that have been pumping with so much volume, like this has done 27 million in volume in literally just 24 hours, is I buy the dips. So I already made profit on this. I'm fully out of my position and I'm looking for dip buying opportunities. And the places you look are fib levels, as I've shown you before, fib levels and important psychological levels as well, apart from previous highs. And psychological levels are, for example, 10 million, exactly where we bounced there. But sometimes with some of these meme coins where there's a lot of profit taken, the dip can be a lot sharper. Based on what I just told you, you should know where those levels are from all of the stuff I've been sharing in my videos. And you can create automatic orders here. So like I said in previous videos, you don't have to be watching it all the time. You can create an order here. And if it works out, you know, we're talking like, for example, if this dips significantly from that point, that dip, you could easily do it at a 10x. Next one is Forest. A lot of volume at the beginning. Volume has been a bit sketchy since then. And this is one, again, you can go ahead and look up at stuff and check their Twitter account, etc. But basically, this has been consolidated now for going on a day and a half, nearly 2 days. And it had a bit of a breakout, but then it's failed. And I don't like it when these like kind of breakouts fail after long consolidation. It's not usually a good sign. So the way I'm looking at this, because I've been trading in and out of this is possibly a corrective move up. So it's part of a larger correction. This is more like Elliott wave stuff. So basically we need to break the lows first before we can run again, in my opinion. Now we could obviously just go completely vertical from here, but that's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as the continuation pattern was over. We needed a little bit of a deeper low, in my opinion. We never really got that to really clear out a lot of kind of what you might call paper hands and stuff. That's when sometimes you see runs. So this is another one, AI crystal node. And again, you can go ahead, check the Twitter, read all about it. I'm not here to kind of go through why it's interesting and stuff like that with you. You can read all about that. The ones I find that are slightly more interesting than the ones that are less interesting, there's no guarantee you're going to make more in terms of money. That's why, again, I focus on the charts. As long as it's something unique, different, you know, that has some sort of decent following and intrigue and interest and attention on Twitter or x.com, that's all I care about. So as long as those boxes are ticked, fine, yeah, they're ticked. Then I'm straight onto a chart to see if there's valid possibility for good ROI return. So this ran to 8.88, had a massive pullback, but it needed to clear the lows. It cleared the lows here, and this very likely is looking corrective as well. So it probably needs to clear the lows again. So again, could be dip buying opportunity, could be. We don't know. But if it is, these AI coins, as you know, they can run and run really, really hard, especially if they haven't completely died off and there's still people aping into them and they're still making interesting tweets and posts and stuff like that. I'm going to show you another one because there were so many that, you know, had the possibility of running and doing something and then never really came about. So this one is called Voice and then loads of nines next to it. Why this is what I might describe as interesting is basically these are all posts where each of these patterns are like weird distorted voices and stuff like that. And it's just something a bit different, a bit intriguing. And I think that's why a lot of people aped into this one. But it hasn't really caught on after that. I mean, the posts are reasonably regular and stuff. And like I said, it's something a little bit different. But that's not enough to garner attention right now in terms of social attention. So this ran to 3 million and has dipped now, in my opinion, way too much. But I'm just showing you this because this is the lifespan of a lot of AI meme coins. A lot of them will run, the better ones will run, pump, and then after about 8 to 10 hours, they will hit a top. And that will be the forever top. And then they'll crash. Now, 2 ways to trade this. Again, those of you who've been watching me for a while, you'll know that we talk about wave 1, 2, and 3 moves. So the initial pumps, right off the bat, like literally off pumped up front. And then these wave 2 moves, that could be into the 10 to 15 hour range. But then whether anybody buys the dip afterwards, like we saw on Goat and Forest and stuff like that, that's a wave 3. That's something different, something much, much bigger. And many of them will fail at 1 or 2 and never return again. And the question for us is, which ones are we trading? So with this one, we're looking for, will it do some massive wave 3 move and come back from the dead, basically? And for that to happen, it can't dip too low, but also once it starts moving, wait for it to break out first and then buy that first dip. That's the way to trade these. Not just randomly guess where it might just stop dipping, catching a falling knife. Never ever do that. So that's why I'm showing you this, because this is what I was watching, but I thought maybe it could turn. It could still do that. It's just looking less and less likely. And you'll have many of these. These are most of what you will see. So every day when you're seeing the new AI coins on Pumped Up Fun, whilst they're still trending and stuff, most of them will, the better ones will look like this. They'll have a little run, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, and then completely fail. I'm showing you this one again because weird and wonderful. Chart looks decent enough, very organic, didn't do anything for a while. a good few days and now has suddenly taken off because I think Elon Musk had replied to one of the tweets. So again, tiny. By the way, this is a whole topic in and of itself. You can see it, there's no suppression, only acceleration. And on one of these tweets, I think Elon Musk had replied, yes. And this looks genuine. And then obviously since that reply had come about, it started pumping very hard. So it's something to keep an eye on. Obviously ran to psychological level, always below now that around 5 million mark. And it's whether there's a dip buying opportunity in there. Definitely want to add to your watch list because it could be, if it does anything at all, it could be extremely early. I think definitely the Twitter account and stuff needs to be way more active. But yeah, potential there. So another one I'm watching, not the best, but it's okay. And it's called Clanker AI. And I'll just quickly show you this. So basically, looking further down, this is what they call it, official slur for robots and AI that are taking our jobs. And they're calling it Stop the Clankers. So again, kind of funny, not incredibly funny and stuff, but kind of funny and interesting. And it's, again, kind of been consolidating sideways. But, you know, as it hit that top, which we saw at 4.23, these kind of movements are looking a little bit corrective, but you wonder if it's about to break out. Again, I wouldn't chase it if it starts moving up. Maybe better wait for it to fully break down and people forget about it. And then it might be a dip buying opportunity there as well. All of these secondary coins, I would call them secondary, they're all surrounded by the GOAT, literally. And that main coin, if that keeps trending, it will probably pull some of these other ones up as people start rotating their profits. But if we see GOAT top imminently and then have some massive correction and then people are kind of bored of AI, then obviously some of these other ones will struggle as well. And we might get another wave of AI further down the line in the cycle. So hard to say, so hard to predict what's going to happen in the future. All we can predict is short-term, well, all I can predict is short-term price action on the charts. That's all I rely on. And that's all you should be doing for meme coins, really, not trying to guess where we might be in a year or so. It's just impossible week to week to know, especially what's going on in meme coins. By the way, as per my previous videos, when it comes to actually trading these, use BullX or Photon. I've got both links in description below. Both are excellent when it comes to trading these, setting limit orders, automatic take profits, stop losses, stuff like that. And mainly you're looking at the graduated, the ones on the side here that have actually got radium pools, or if you really want to be a little bit more high risk reward, you can have a look at the new creations here as well, just to see if you can spot anything extremely early. That's it for this one. Thanks for listening.